Chapter 6, Project Meeting. In the media center, Holly pages through some news articles. She is waiting for her partner, Teddy, to show up so they can begin to work on their research project. Holly taps her smartphone for the time and sees he is already 18 minutes late. Seconds later, she looks up and sees Teddy smiling through the glass of the conference room she has reserved. At this point, Holly's opinion about Teddy is not very good. Over the last 18 minutes, she was thinking of ways to approach her professor to get a new partner, especially after what she found out about what happened at the party. In reality, she knew that was not going to happen, so she would attempt to make the best of the situation. Teddy confidently sits down at the head of the oblong table. There is no apology for being late from Teddy, but he questions why Holly did not attend the party. Holly pauses for a moment to contemplate her response, and then simply informs him she doesn't party too much. She quickly pulls out the requirements for the project before they waste any more time. So do you want to brainstorm some ideas on how we should go about this research project? Asked Holly. Well, I thought it would be good for us to get some background on each other. Besides the fact that you're black and I'm white, we both are good-looking people. He smiles, looking for a reaction from Holly, but doesn't get one. We really don't know much about each other. Actually, I think that's a fantastic idea, because black people are not monolithic, right? Neither are white people. So let's see. I'm a junior, and my major is mass media communications. Oh, I have a blog. Oh, what's the name of the blog? It's my name, hollywoodward.blogspot.com. I blog about a lot of things, like exercising and health, to technology taking away jobs. Okay, you're right. That is a lot of random things. Well, I'm also a junior majoring in history. I like beer and girls, he smiles and thinks as he looks up in the air for more information. I also like to play golf. I have a golf scholarship. That's interesting, a golf scholarship. I didn't even know we or any college had a golf team. That's probably because I am the only one on the team here. Seriously? She paused as Teddy shakes his head affirmatively. When did you start playing golf? It was around 9th grade. I got a job at the local golf course doing some caddying for the members. Then on off hours, I would hit a few rounds. I got pretty good at it. Man, I need to find me a scholarship. Maybe for ping pong or something. It doesn't hurt to try, grins Teddy. So tell me, what kind of music do you like, Holly? Music? Yeah, music. I like rap like Kanye. Not me. I don't like rap at all. Really? Really? I like jazz and gospel and some R&B, responding as she looks down at her paper in an attempt to get refocused on the assignment. So I was thinking we should come up with a list of questions about race and send out a survey. I want to do something interactively. Observe people's expression, proposed Teddy. Okay, like what? I don't know yet. I need to think about it. Maybe ask students about their ethnic history. Okay, and that would prove what? Not everyone's a history major. You're probably the only history major on campus. Do you know who the richest person in history is? Smirks Teddy, showing off his knowledge of history with random facts. Yes, it is Mansa Musa, the ruler of the West African Malayan Empire. He was worth $400 billion. Shocked and somewhat disappointed, Holly stole his thunder. Correct. How did you know that? I did a report on Timbuktu and Mali in middle school. Besides both being somewhat snarky, the two were very different. Teddy is a seat of the pants guy, while Holly needs structure. Although she doesn't have much in common with this party type frat boy, she senses openness about him, maybe even the carefreeness she was slowly losing. Do you know what I would like these meetings to be? She paused and looked directly at him. I want us to be comfortable asking each other serious questions about race. This project may actually be useful after all. Yeah, me too. Let's get real, agrees Teddy, then jumping right in with the questions. So tell me, have you ever had an incident with the police? I don't know if you call it an incident, but at the beginning of the school year, I was pulled over for speeding. I was nervous because it's the police, but he didn't give me a ticket, just a warning. How about you? Holly inquires, already knowing from Sophia the police were called to the frat house. Oh yeah, they closed down the party last weekend because we were making too much noise, brags Teddy. I definitely wasn't nervous because last year they closed us down at least 2 times. I'm not sure why our neighbors would buy a house around a fraternity house if they wanted a quiet place to live. Wow. No one was arrested? No. Me and Ethan, my black friend, Teddy emphasized, just talked to them politely, let them walk through and check out the place, which we didn't have to do. Everything was cool. I saw some Instagram pics of your party. It looked crazy. And the police did nothing about the underage drinking, illegal drugs, and possible alcohol poisoning? Nothing? Hey, they have to be able to prove those things. I forgot to mention, I am going for my law degree after I graduate. Pausing to change the subject. Anyway, we're agreeing we can ask each other questions without any judgment, asked Teddy. Yes, no judgment. Cool. Why do some black people feel that I, as a white guy, need to pay for the sins of slavery when it happened over 200 years ago and I had nothing to do with it? Just for clarification, slavery ended in America about 150 years ago. But the short answer to your question is some black people believe whites have benefited greatly from the oppression inflicted from slavery and the aftermath. I respectfully disagree. That's fine. Okay, now my question. Why is it the perception of black people so negative in the media when whites were the ones who enslaved blacks, raped and killed blacks, and created laws to incarcerate blacks at an unfair rate? My short answer would be just look at the black on black crime rates, offered Teddy. The rates of white on white crime is 80%. That's pretty high too, don't you think? But they never talk about it, counters Holly. That's interesting. I think we are going to need the safe word that Dr. Dayton suggested, smiles Teddy. I'm kind of hungry. Let's make the safe word, let's see, apple pie. How about sweet potato pie? Can we compromise and make it pie? Pie it is. Another weekend arrives, and Destiny's excitement is palpable. Everyone around her could feel it. Homecoming weekend with her sister in North Carolina is the highlight of her year. Her large designer suitcase is packed to capacity, giving the impression she is leaving for a month. even though she would only be there for a weekend. She needs at least 8 outfits and God knows how many hair weaves. For Teddy and his crew, their weekend is so routine. Party, party, party. Laura heads out of town for the weekend to visit family. Holly and Fiona are meeting up with Becky to try on some outfits at the store for the fashion show. The boutique is quaint. Holly and Fiona are greeted by a fashionable woman in her late 60s who introduces herself as Ethel. Holly explains to Ethel that they are there to try on outfits to borrow for the fashion show. Ethel leads the 2 young ladies to the back, where Becky is tagging some new inventory. Becky instructs her friends to go in front and look for some clothes and try them on, while she finishes up in the back. Ethel, who is sharply dressed in a textured cow-neck sweater with neatly pressed slacks, assists the young girls. In the process of helping, she comments to Fiona, "Why would a smart girl like you dye your hair with purple highlights?" while recommending Holly should take out her braids for the fashion show. Ethel was extra diligent about counting how many pieces of clothing Holly took back to the dressing room to try on. Being offended didn't enter Holly's mind initially. Holly's first thought is, this is empirical research for her sociology project. Holly believes this white woman, who did not know either Holly or Fiona, assumed Holly would steal clothes because she is black, and that Fiona is smart because she is Asian. Holly and Fiona and eventually Becky try on outfits for the next hour, and then they return to the college and eat lunch in the cafeteria. Holly never mentions to Fiona or Becky what she was feeling about her encounter at the store, but she decides to use the experience for her research. The weekend is over. As Holly walks up the stairs in Kennedy Hall, she encounters Destiny for the first time since she returned from North Carolina. Destiny is carrying red velvet cupcakes in her hand. Holly catches up to her and thanks her for the cupcakes, but Destiny immediately tells her the dessert is for Professor Dayton. Holly accuses Destiny of kissing up to the professor, which Destiny owns proudly. When class begins, Destiny quickly raises her hand. Dr. Dayton seems annoyed, but lets Destiny talk. She shares with the class how she invited her partner, JC, to come down for a day to her sister's homecoming to experience some African American cuisine, since their topic is health. Destiny adds the health part at the end to justify her bragging about her homecoming trip. Somewhat surprised by the premature presentation of their data, JC adds that the food was tasty but not very healthy. JC is very athletic and appears to work out on a regular basis. This explains the pairing of the two. After JC quelches Destiny's excitement, Dr. Dayton proceeds with the class. The course is becoming interesting, even though the professor is difficult to read. He seems to be angry at everyone, but surprisingly shows some compassion for Destiny towards the end of class. He praises her for creating a first-hand experience for her partner to observe and experience, and he encourages the other teams to follow her example. After class is over, Destiny offers the professor the dessert, which he graciously cannot accept, citing school policy. He suggests the class have some, which Holly and some others quickly take advantage of. Teddy returns to the fraternity house after class. He is disappointed to see Ethan coming down the stairs with an attractive Jamaican girl. The young freshman girl smiles as Ethan looks lovingly in her eyes, probably unaware of the ridiculous competition the fraternity is engaged in. It appears that Ethan's score is 3 whites and 3 minorities to Teddy's 3 whites and 2 minorities. Ethan has surpassed Teddy, and he is not pleased. In the next couple of weeks, the fraternity has gone so far as to have their pledges try to entice minority girls to attend the frat weekend parties. Some of the women's groups on campus got wind of this and staged a protest with candlelight visuals. Holly and a few others, like Becky and her boyfriend Chris, stood in solidarity with the cause, citing sexism and racism. Holly is disappointed that her friends Destiny, Fiona, and Laura didn't participate in the protest. Their position is girls have a mind of their own. No one is naive to what happens at these fraternity parties. If they didn't want to go, they were not forced to go, or forced to stay if they went. Holly and Teddy are meeting again to work on their project. Researching more information on her laptop in the reserved conference room, Holly barely acknowledges Teddy when he enters. His habitual lateness isn't what is bothering her this time. Teddy forcefully slams down and opens his notebook like he has a bone to pick too. Neither is saying a word to the other for a good 2 minutes. Teddy breaks the silence. It's really interesting how you can find something racist in about anything. What? The minority hookup list. Are you kidding me? You have your pimpette pledges corralling Asian, Black, Hispanic, international females to attend your fraternity parties just to hook up with them? That's not racist? No, you don't understand. We are a frat. We party, we drink, and hook up. We're just doing guy locker room stuff. Last year, our competition was to hook up with girls over the height of 5'8". On campus, there are not many girls that height, so more points are given for those young ladies. Likewise, this college is predominantly white, so this year we decided to give more points for minority ladies. You're a dog, and so is that fraternity of yours. Cool. I will be a dog. You're a royal pain. But don't call me a racist. Fine. I will be a pain, but I think you guys are pretty ignorant and irresponsible. The conference room goes silent again, except for the sound of Teddy tapping his pencil on the table, trying to calm himself down. On the other side of the table, Holly's eyes are closed. She is rubbing her forehead. People outside the conference are staring, some wondering if they need to call security. Holly and Teddy know they need to be quiet. After a few minutes, Holly breaks the silence. Obviously, we look at things completely different. I am more of a relationship person and don't like this hookup concept. But race aside, don't you fear someone dying from drinking too much, someone getting pregnant, or even rape allegations? Asked Holly. Don't worry about it. We aren't stupid. No one forces anyone to come or do anything they don't want to do. Also, we use protection. Condoms are located in every room of the frat house. We are just boys being boys. Holly rolls her eyes and is completely annoyed. Well, okay then. I don't think we are going to get a lot done today. Me either, snaps back Teddy. Well, I have some empirical research from going to the store I will share next time. Fine. We can look into the justice system for next time also. Great. Yeah, great, in a mocking manner, as he gathers his notebook and bag hastily. leaves without looking in Holly's direction. As Holly leaves, she can feel the eyes of all the students in the surrounding area of the conference room. She tries to give a conciliatory smile, but most are glad both distractions are leaving. The girls meet in the auditorium for the fashion show rehearsal. Holly and Becky are hanging together, while Destiny, Sophia, and Fiona have united. During the rehearsal, there is no excitement in how the ladies walk the runway. Destiny and Fiona boldly take over the rehearsal, demonstrating how the girls should walk. Destiny also suggests getting some guys to model, maybe some singing talent and other improvements. Becky is annoyed at first, but eventually likes all of Destiny's ideal. When rehearsal is over, Destiny walks over to Holly and Becky and addresses the disagreement about the protests, the fraternity, and the hookups. She makes the point, we can have different opinions, but should be able to remain friends. As the ladies walk to the lobby and get something from the coffee shop, they agree to disagree and not let it ruin their friendships. With their coffees in hand, they discuss how to get Laura to participate. Becky suggests, even though Sophia is MC, maybe Laura can announce some of the fashions and some of the acts if they could get any at this late date. Sophia is not sure she likes the idea, but doesn't make a fuss about it. So in Chapter 6, Holly and Teddy are having a heated discussion about the minority hookup list. In the comments below, share your opinion. Do you agree with Holly or do you agree with Teddy? See you in Chapter 7.